This is how AG1 works to upgrade your health routine. By combining many quality how AG1 works to upgrade your health routine. By combining many quality
Testing 1, 2. All right, good morning, everyone. We're going to do a very short stream. Let me turn off the double. 1 second. We're going to do a very short stream. There we go. I only need to hear me once. Okay, so I sent out to probably half of our email list just a reminder that we launched the Jazz Academy today officially. We've been doing jazz within our blues lessons, but we're also offering a Jazz Academy, which is nothing but jazz. The good news is it doesn't interfere in any way with our ongoing Blues Academy that we've had for over a couple of years now. Very thankful for all of our members there and those who are currently, I'm doing this where everybody who's in the Blues Academy has access to, of course, everything, including the Jazz Academy. So today's about, we're going to show you ways to win in 24. And one of the things I like to do is to make sure you learn the simple things. If you want to build success and get better as a player, musician, and enjoy what you're doing, you need to have small actionable goals and very intentional practice. So I'm going to give you an example of how we're going to do this. I sent everybody in our email list the Easy Jazz Piano Volume 1. I did not send the videos, just the PDFs that go with this, and we're going to do a quick reminder of all of these 5 exercises that are really pro level exercises that are actually very easy to play. The other thing we're going to do is turn on a jazz backing track just to show you how easy this is to really thrive and sound great as a player by doing very simple things. So I have a backing track on, and it's just a bass and drums backing track. It's no piano in the background. This is another way to get better. If you use backing tracks and you're a jazz piano player, you want to make sure that you're using bass, drums, and no additional help, because you want to feel what it's like to be a part of a trio. Okay, so if you come in the chat, make sure you say hello, and if you're coming in from our email list, please say hello and let me know how you're doing, and make sure that you guys get these PDFs. I will also, if you need to email me, you don't have access to the PDFs that I'm giving you guys today, you can email me, bobtaylormusic@gmail.com or bob@iMusicAcademy.com, and I'll send you any of these PDFs, and happy to answer any questions you might have. All right, let's dig into the PDF. The very first one, I'm going to pull this up, is just the very first example. It's the first part in this easy jazz thing, and it's simply the first 5 notes of the blues scale. So C, E flat, F, F sharp, G, and you come back down. The great thing about the blues scale, and specifically the first 5 notes, is a great starting point because you're working all the fingers, and also all of the notes are going to work over the entire blues. If I'm playing a C jazz blues, the first 5 notes are going to work over the entire progression, even as the chords change. Hear how all of that works? Okay, so let's talk about how you're going to practice this first example. It literally is the first 5 notes of the blues scale, the 1 of the major scale, the flat third. Normally C major has the third, the E natural, but we're going to flat it. Flat it means to lower it by a half step. The flat third, the 4th note of the C major scale, the sharp 4, the 5th, and then you come back down. 5, the fingers are 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you get used to playing this. Try to play this almost every day that you practice. Well, actually every day you sit down and practice. Do this as a great warm-up. 1 in the right hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are finger numbers. In the left hand, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And play those together if you can. And get used to this exercise. And then the next thing you want to do is to try to make up exercises or actually blues riffs based on these 5 notes. Let me demonstrate this one more time. So I'm going to be very simple at first. I'll do right hand only, and these are two great notes, C and E flat, ba-da-ba-ba, and try to make a rhythm. Ba-da-da. Now how about three notes? How about four notes? How about come down from the top? Notice that I'm repeating the same kind of rhythm. It's repetition is your friend. We say that all the time at iMusicAcademy. Play a little bit and rest a little bit. Now let's add the fifth note. Let's add that G. So one of the things that I like to do is, especially for my beginners, is just to show you that you have these five notes, the first five notes of the blues scale, and you can turn it around so many different ways. And one of the things I like to do is create sheets for you guys. So we have a beginning blues sheet that has everything from to pentatonic kind of sounds, all kinds of things to make you sound like a pro. And just know that there are almost infinite numbers of ways to turn around even that one combination. Okay, now let's move along. Since this is a short stream, let's go to example 2. Example 2 is nice because it gives us comping voicings. Comping voicings are what we play. If we're the soloist and we're playing the blues scale on our right hand, we're comping the soloist. We're complementing what the soloist is doing. So for me, by playing these two-note chords in the left hand, now I'm playing chords, a very simple chord but very important chord. You're using the third of the scale and the seventh, in this case the flat seventh of the C major scale, and that gives me a two-note chord that actually works and sounds great over the bass line. Now this is a jazz blues backing track, so it's a little more involved than the one you're looking at here. The Jazz Piano Series Easy Jazz Piano has 3 chords in this blues. It's C, F, and G, the 1 chord, the 4 chord, and the 5 chord. The version that I'm doing in this backing track has several other chords that are also a part of this backing track, but I'm still using the same concept of playing two-note chords. So the first chord is C, the second measure is F, still a two-note chord, and now I go G minor, and then C, and then F, and then it'll be F sharp diminished. This is a standard blues progression, a jazz blues progression, and then I go to A7, and then I'm at D minor, still a two-note chord. Now I'll do 1, 6, 2, 5, and then it gets back to the top, dominant. And I'm getting an alarm there. Let me turn that off. And let me try this one more time. All right, here we go. So we have A7. Now I'll do D7, G, Okay, that's a more complicated way to play the jazz blues. And again, the Jazz Piano Series Volume 1 is actually a more simple approach. The only reason I'm playing the extra chords is because the backing track is a little more involved. And I want to make sure that I'm playing the chords that go along with the backing track if I'm going to be doing that. All right, let's go ahead and let's move on to the third example I want you guys to practice this week. So let me check the chat just to make sure to see if anybody is actually in the chat. What's up, Jeffrey? I can always count on you to get in the chat. Happy New Year to you. And great to see you on the stream this morning. Yes, everyone, we are officially launching the Jazz Academy. And for those of you who are a part of the Blues Academy, it's absolutely free for you guys to be a part of this. I'm still doing this all-inclusive thing. The important thing is that it's not going to disrupt the Blues Academy in any way. We still do our lessons on Monday, Thursday, and also all of our pop-up lessons, but we also have dedicated days for our Jazz Academy. Blues and jazz work so well together. As we learn these ideas, blues scale that works over in blues and jazz, whenever we do our simple basic blues, where we're doing things, we still use the blues scale. Or if we're playing a blues style bass line, jazz things, we're also using blues riffs and ideas. So they work perfectly together. Okay, let's go ahead and let's keep moving along and knock this out. Jeffrey, so glad that you're on today and everybody else watching this on the replay. All right, here we go. The third example in the Easy Jazz course is a great voicing. In the left hand, you have a C9 chord, 3 flat 7 9 of a C scale, and that easily wants to go to an F13. You take the bottom two notes of your chord and you move it down by a half step, and now you have E flat, A, and D. The most important thing I could tell you is that in these 3-note voicings, all you have to do is learn the formula. In this case, we're doing C9. We're spelling a chord, and whenever we spell chords, we do bottom to top, left to right, in the same direction that you read, right? Or right. 3, flat 7, and 9. But that goes to an F13, and now I have to think of the F major scale, which has 1 flat, a B flat. So as I go over my formula, now I'm thinking flat 7 of an F scale, 3, and 13. So a fun thing to remember is that a 9 chord, C9, wants to go to an F13, a 4 chord. The 1 chord going to the 4 chord is very standard blues type progression. The only other chord that you need to know in this simple blues from the Easy Jazz course is the G13. It's the same thing, it's just transposed up to G. Now I'm thinking of the same formula, flat 7, 3, and 13 of a G scale. So these 3 chords here, C9, F13, and G13 are the 1, 4, and 5 of a simple blues, but what I'm going to do is actually play the more complicated version. Not going to teach this, but at least I'll kind of talk to you how this is working. That's a C9, that's an F13, and this is C9. Now, this is pinky up, pinky down, G minor, C7. Now F13, 2, and 3. F sharp diminished stays the same. And we're going to go C9. Now we're going to go to A7. We're going to go sharp 5, D minor 9, G13. Now we'll do 1, 6, 2, 5. And we start over. Pinky up, pinky down. Same voicing for F sharp diminish. So a couple of things that I'm doing right there. As I go through the progression, notice that I'm really focusing on my left hand a little more than my right. My right hand, I'm doing bo da 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 ba da, or that kind of thing. You could do simple, what we call automatic pilot, where I go up and down the 5-note scale. We could go 2 and 3 and 4. 3 and and 4. And really focusing on those left-hand voicings. Okay, now let me go ahead and stop that. What I want you guys to do is to practice the very simple version of just going through, if you're going through this PDF, and then it goes back to C9, then it goes to F13, and then back to C, and then it goes to G. A very basic way to play the easy jazz version of this. Okay, let's go on to number 4. I love this example because in the next example, it's the C6 lick. And what do we mean by that? It's the interval of, you have the 6th, C up to A is the interval of a 6th. And what I like to do is get the minor third to major third sound, that flat third of E flat, wanting to go to the third of C. And you practice by using your index finger and sliding from the E flat to the E. Da, 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 da. So now I have the C octave, right? C up to C is a really important stretch for your hand because you get used to playing this spacing and your hand will get used to that over enough repetition. But this idea of ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da. Now when I go to F, it's the same thing. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Or G, it's the same motion. I'm doing minor third to major third sound. So as I play the track and I practice this first 5 notes of the blues scale, one of the reasons I included this particular lick, it's our first lick in the Easy Jazz Piano series, is because we're getting that minor third to major third. It's great to play the blues scale where you have that flat third, but we will also want to hear that major sound, that minor third to major third. And you can actually also do this, da 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 da, 2 3 5 2 3 5. So you want that kind of sad sound, bluesy sound, also the happy sound that gives you whenever you play this lick. And for those of you who are a little more experienced, actually play this in a different key, like practice going up a half step to D flat. You have to get up into the keys and you hammer on your minor third to major third. On D major, you have to hammer on your minor third to major third. E flat, you slide in the same way that you do C. So there are a few little tricks that you learn how to do things in all keys. And for my more experienced players, I want you playing these things in all keys. You get to where you have a simple lick, or even this, the first 5 notes of the blues scale. Make sure you're doing these as a part of your repertoire, as a part of your daily practice. Like, get used to where you can play this kind of scale in all keys. And then you say, all right, now I'm going to do a lick in all keys. C up to F, up to B flat. Let me try that again. And then E flat and A flat. So you get the idea. You learn how to do things in all keys. Another key to having success in that is thinking very small steps. Notice that today we started off with the 5-finger pattern. And after we did that, we did 2-note voicings. What a great goal if you had 10 minutes to practice. Then we did 3-note voicings. Maybe you're a little more experienced. So then maybe you go up to D flat and do the same thing with the same voicings, right? So you decide what you're going to practice, but keep it very simple. This one page that we're on right now would be a great goal for somebody. Let me do that in B flat. Maybe what if it went to A? What about B? Right? So you see how this is working. Okay, let's keep going. We're almost done with this PDF for today. Let's go ahead and deal with this next thing. The very last one is our walking bass line, which is so much fun. Let me say hello in the chat just to make sure we're good. All right, what's up, John? What's going on, John? Thank you for joining in. And John, I hope that you have these PDFs. If you don't, I will make sure that you get them. Let me go ahead. Happy New Year to both of you guys. Jeffrey, I'm sure already has these charts. I want to make sure John has them as well. Let me see if I can put a link to this, guys. 1 second. I'm going to do... Let's do easy... Just go to my Google Drive and share this with you guys. All right, I'm going to add this very quickly. And this is not the entire video. This is just the PDFs, and that's all you guys need, I think, right now. Easy Jazz Piano. I think I added it. Let me just double check my drive. Okay, let me see where I put it. I'm going to share this. Anyone with a link, so it's restricted right now. Anyone with the link, copy the link. All right, if you'll just, John and Jeffrey, make sure you guys have this. I'm going to go back to the chat. All right, 1 second. See if you guys can grab that. Just let me know that you got it. All right, here we go. Let's wrap up with this last thing is the bass lines. Very important. Let me make sure you guys can see this. Okay, so we have our 3-note voicings. Actually, our 2-note voicings. So our bass line is this. So 2-5-1, the most common progression in jazz. 2-5-1. Boom, ba, da, 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 da. And notice the fingering. 5-4-3-2-1. 5-4-3-2. I always write fingerings in everything. I want to make sure that you guys know what you're doing and have the right fingerings for all of these ideas, because if you learn the right fingers, you can play this stuff in any key. You could take this idea of a bass line and you can play this. If you have the right fingering, you go up a half step, it's a little bit different fingering, and then you go back to the other fingering. Anyway, you can learn how to play, I always say you can learn how to play something in all keys by usually 2 different fingerings. So in this case, what we're doing is a 2-note comping voicing, so a flat 3 of D and a flat 7 of the D scale. For right now, just do F and C, and you walk up the bass line. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then there it's C major. That's a great exercise to practice, because you're not only learning right-hand voicings and left-hand voicings, right? Whenever you're playing your jazz ideas, you can play something in the right hand while you're playing those comping chords in the left hand. The next voicings, now listen how nice these 3-note voicings sound. D minor 9 to G13. What a great exercise to get that in all keys. All right, the very last one is a Bill Evans type voicing. It's a 4-note, very thick, very lush 2-5-1. So same bass line, but we have F, A, C, E. D minor 9 wants to go to G13 and end on C major 9. Now, one fancy way you can change this to even make it sound better is you do D minor, maybe not better, just different. Instead of G13, you can flat the 9. So now you have F, A flat, B, and E. Listen how nice that sounds. Or, all right, guys, that's enough for today. What a great lesson and great hanging out with you guys. We are officially launched with the Easy Jazz course. The only thing I did not do that I need to do really quickly, in the email list, I sent it out to half of our email list, which is a couple thousand people, and I included AES Blues. I did that on purpose. AES Blues is a lot of fun because it's right out of this blues scale idea, and it shows you how you can take one simple lick and idea and play over the entire blues. And let me demonstrate that as we wrap up for today. Da, da, da. All right, guys, that's enough for today. I'll let you guys work on that. Just wanted to say hello, Happy New Year to all of you, and to let you know that the Jazz Academy is officially launched. And I really enjoyed hanging out with Jeffrey and John today, and all of those who are going to watch on the replay. Hope you guys have... Oh, what's up? Hugh is a member of our Blues Academy. Thank you for joining. Hugh is always sneaking in at the last minute, and Hugh has his lesson this last week. We had Hugh's Blues. So I think I sent that out in one of our emails recently. So we had 3 new members for the Blues Academy within the last week or so, and Hugh's been maybe it's the last month and a half, I think, Hugh, when you became a member officially. So we're excited to have you, of course, but now you have Hugh's Blues. We have AES Blues, and then we have David M. So 3 new blues tunes, and I sent out the iMusicAcademy Family Songbook, which is a lot of fun. It's filled with all of our students get their own song. We're doing blues songs. So anyway, that's AES Blues. Ba-da-ba-bum, ba-da-ba-bum. And that can be used over blues or jazz. So in the blues context, all right, have a great day. Happy New Year to you guys. I'll see you in the next video, and I will see you, Hugh, tomorrow. We're going to have our Monday lesson since today was New Year's. We'll do our blues lesson tomorrow morning at 8:15 a.m. I'll see you guys. What's up, David? Hold up. I got to say bye, but David, I got your email today. David is one of our newer members, and so it's really cool to see you guys on. And David has his song too. If you're a member of any of my email list within this last week, I sent you guys David's Blues, Hugh's Blues, and AES Blues. And so you need to go grab those. Look through your email and do that. We are off and rolling in our Blues and Jazz Academy. And of course, Hugh and David, you guys know that I'm rolling in... of course, you guys are all access members, so you get everything. We're going to have a lot of fun with these jazz days that we do. Y'all are going to Smalls. Very cool. Oh, wait. Is there a stream on tonight with some jazz guys? I think I saw something about Smalls Jazz Club. Anyway, you'll have to let me know, Jeffrey and John. If you guys know something I don't, I need to know. All right. Hey, David, good to see you. And yes, I got your email and I'm going to reply to that. But you guys have fun. I'll see y'all tomorrow in the stream and have a great day. Y'all are amazing. Yeah, very cool. All right. Well, then maybe I'll see you guys on tonight on the stream. Looking forward to it. See you in the next one.